Welcome, and thanks for tuning in to the Interdisciplinary Global Development Center's new podcast series on decolonizing global development. The Interdisciplinary Global Development Center, or IGDC for short, is a cross-faculty research center at the University of York in the United Kingdom. My name is Saba Joshi, and I am the Deputy Director of the IGDC, based at the Department of Politics and International Relations, where I work as a lecturer. I lead the IGDC with my colleague, Professor John Enser from the Stockholm Environment Institute, who is the director of the center. This project builds on our center's long-term engagement with issues relating to decolonizing and producing equitable and inclusive research. Our goals include the creation of applied tools for scholars and practitioners to produce excellent research and action linked to global development. Our members at the University of York are spread across 3 faculties: Arts and Humanities, Social Sciences, and Natural Sciences. And our job is to facilitate and support them to work with one another and with policymakers and practitioners to address global development challenges. In the past, we have held lectures, seminars, workshops on the theme of decolonizing global development. We have had the opportunity to host talks by renowned thinkers on decolonization, such as Professor Linda Tuhiwahi-Smith, Professor Dipesh Chakrabarti, and Professor Uma Kothari at our events. We have also produced a guide to good practice for inclusive research. You can check out these and other resources on our website, www.york.ac.uk/IGDC. The idea for this podcast project emerged through dialogues and discussions with colleagues at the Federal University of Bahia in Brazil, or UFBA for short. Committed to developing practical approaches to complex issues, the IGDC and UFBA organized 2 workshops in 2023 on applying the principles of decolonization to research projects. Subsequently, the IGDC secured funding from the University of York's Enhancing Research Culture Fund to put together a project on decolonizing research. The focal point of this project is a podcast, which will be complemented by a blog series and a working paper on the practicalities and obstacles of decolonizing research. The podcast will be structured around 3 key themes emerging from the IGDC UFBA workshops. These are decolonizing research partnerships, decolonizing research methodologies, and decolonizing impact. Each episode will feature a roundtable discussion or a one-on-one interview with experts and researchers with first-hand experience in decolonizing research in the Global South, with case studies ranging from Sri Lanka to Bolivia. We will hear from an interdisciplinary group of speakers from York, UFBA, and a range of different institutions and research centers. In each episode, we will hear why and how researchers have decolonized their work, and crucially, what obstacles they have faced and how they have managed them. This podcast series will help researchers, development scholars, and practitioners to work towards decolonizing their own research projects, partnerships, and public engagement. This podcast series is hosted by Dr. Joseph Gascoigne, who recently completed his PhD at the Department of History at the University of York.
Thank you, Saba, for that introduction. This certainly promises to be a fascinating and important project. We have some wonderful speakers lined up for our listeners. Between them, they bring a huge amount of experience in disciplines ranging from archaeology all the way to filmmaking. Each will draw on their first-hand experience to explain the opportunities and the challenges of decolonizing research. We'll hear about projects as diverse as public health reform in Sri Lanka, land management in the Andes, and peace building in Lebanon. So I hope listeners engage with this project and are able to take away some inspiration as well as some practical advice for how to decolonize their research. I'm looking forward to getting started, and I hope everyone follows along by listening to the podcast and reading our blog on the IGDC website. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy the podcast.